If you want to learn how to get back together with your ex when he or she says that they don't have feelings for you, then you've come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to reveal sneaky psychological tactics that will help you convince your ex that you're the only one for them, and you'll be able to ignite those powerful emotions inside your ex's mind whenever you want. How's it going, everyone? My name, of course, is Brad Browning, as most of you probably know. And before I jump into the goods here in this video, I just want to thank all of you guys for pushing my channel here on YouTube over 200,000 subscribers. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. You know, it gives me a lot of satisfaction knowing that I'm able to help thousands of people get through a breakup here in my YouTube channel. All right, but enough of that. Let me jump right into some of the tips on how you can get your ex to share that spark and that feeling with you again. Tip number 1, force your ex to go back to what I call emotional neutral. Now, just a quick disclaimer, making your ex have feelings for you overnight is going to be next to impossible. There's very little that you can do or say right now that's going to make them change their mind and take you back tomorrow. But there are things that you can do right now to begin that process today. Now, I'm not going to talk about the no contact technique in this video since I've already explained it in plenty of my other videos. But one of the best ways to start mending wounds is just to simply not contact your ex for a period of at least 30 days. And during this time of no contact, there are several things that you can do right now to expedite the process of making your ex return to that emotional neutral state. For example, if you've done a ton of begging and pleading right after your breakup, you can send something that I call the clean slate email template. Now, this is a covert and sneaky email or text that you can send to make your ex forget about all the bad memories that they had of you so that they can eventually replace those ones with nostalgic and happy ones. But to learn more about that email and how to use it, you're going to have to go over and watch my video at breakupbrad.com. Over there on my website, in that video, you can watch the free presentation that will explain what the clean slate email template is, along with tons of my other strategies and psychological techniques that are going to help you get your ex back. So just keep in mind again, guys, that getting your ex to go back to that emotional neutral state can take anywhere from 30 to 90 days. You know, and in some rare cases, I've even seen it take longer than that. But in this stage, it's important to do whatever you can to recover from the breakup. So to put your best foot forward so that you can be mentally ready to contact your ex again in the future when the time is right. Tip number 2 is to basically just become the most attractive version of yourself. Now, guys, in order to get that spark back with your ex, you're going to have to become a much more attractive version of yourself. And I don't just mean physically either, although that does help. What I mean is that you need to become a more confident, a more vibrant, happy, powerful version of yourself. Because remember, human beings are attracted to people with equal or higher social status than their own. This is true for both sexes, but it's especially true for women. So in order to regain that feeling, you know, and get that attraction back, you're going to have to focus on yourself. You ultimately want to make your ex look at you and say, you know, why the hell did I ever let that awesome guy or girl go? Now, of course, this is a lot easier said than done. And right now, you're probably feeling, you know, pretty shitty. And probably becoming the best version of yourself is often the last thing you want to do in your shoes right now, and understandably so. But it's moments like this that define us, right? I mean, some people will tend to drop everything and give up when they face, you know, even the smallest bit of resistance. And these people are destined to live in mediocrity, right? People who pull themselves up by the bootstraps when they're faced with adversity, like what you are right now, are 10 times more likely to succeed in life. That's a true fact. So let me ask you this. Do you want to succeed in life or not? Do you want to live powerfully, or do you want to just roll over and give up? The choice is up to you, of course. Now, let's go quickly into how you can become the best version of yourself. So take a pen, take a piece of paper, and write down all the traits that you think or that you wish you had. So for example, if you wish you were more confident, maybe you're kind of shy, write that down. And then write down how you want to become more confident. So, you know, do you want to be able to talk to people more easily? Do you want to make friends more easily? Whatever it is, come up with a plan of action to help yourself gain that confidence and then stick to it. Or, you know, maybe do you want to learn a new talent? You know, again, write that down. And then, once again, come up with a solid plan of action that you're going to pursue to learn that new talent. I mean, really, guys, now is the time to spread your wings and make sure that when you do contact your ex, when that time is right and they're going to be receptive, he or she is going to be helplessly and uncontrollably attracted to you and only you. And on to tip number 3, contact them in a non-intrusive manner. And make sure you contact your ex for a very good reason when you do reach out. So I mean, when you finally do contact your ex and the time is right, you really need to craft the perfect message to make sure that you hook them in properly. You know, if you're too forward with things, you're going to come across as needy and desperate, which obviously isn't good. But then on the other hand, if the message isn't powerful enough, then your ex isn't even going to bother to text you back at all, or you're not going to get any reply at all. So really, you just need to strike that perfect balance. So to help me explain, here's a quick example of a really good message that you can send to your ex after the no contact period ends. So you could send a text something like, "Hey, do you remember that incredible band that we listened to during Woodstock last year? What was the name of that band again? I'm trying to make a new playlist. Hope everything's going well with you." Now, this is a great message for a number of reasons, but first and foremost, it forces your ex to reminisce about a happy time you spent together. This is going to start to bring back some of the feelings that he or she had for you when you first started dating. And if you do this at the right time, it can be an extremely powerful technique, and it'll only actually probably be a matter of days before he or she starts to miss you like crazy. Now guys, if you want more examples like that that you can use after the no contact period ends, or maybe you're wondering when you should be sending these types of text messages, then you should look into registering for my personal coaching program. You can get more information on how you can hire me as your personal breakup coach at breakupbrad.com/coaching, breakupbrad.com/coaching, which I'll have that in the description below as well. And on that page, you'll learn about how I can customize a plan for you to get your ex back. And really, I mean, who better to help you than the ex-back geek himself? All right, and tip number 4 ties in nicely here. And tip number 4 is to implant the seed of desire deep within his or her mind. So getting your ex to start feeling that strong emotion and that attraction for you again is going to have to start with a lot of the tips that I outline in my best-selling X Factor program. In the program, I go through hundreds of little, simple psychological tips and tricks that are going to slowly add up and begin to make your ex yearn for you again. They're going to start to miss you, and eventually they're going to ask you to get back together. And one of the most powerful techniques that you can use to make your ex regain some of those emotions and that feeling of attraction is to engage in some playful flirting. So for this one, you're going to have to set up a quick coffee meetup or meet them for a drink, basically just some kind of casual hangout with your ex. Now, I've outlined how to do that in a number of my other videos. But if you somehow missed them, basically what you need to do is come up with a very specific and very good reason as to why you want to meet up with your ex. So you can't simply just ask them for a coffee date or to go out for lunch just because you missed them. That's going to make you seem needy, desperate, and unattractive. So instead, what you need to do is text them something like this. Say, "Hey, I've decided to get into water painting again. I always knew that you were super good at that stuff. Do you think I could buy you a coffee so I can pick your brain a little bit about that?" Or you could say, something like, "Hey, I hope all's well. I'm planning that trip to New Zealand finally, and I was wondering if you had any tips for me since I know you were there just a few years ago. You think I could buy you lunch sometime and get some advice?" And really, that's all it takes. If you've done everything else correctly up until this point, your ex should really be eager to meet up and hang out with you. And of course, this is where you need to start building attraction with some lighthearted flirting. So really that means, smiling, making strong eye contact, making some slightly fun and playful jokes at your ex, and touching them at the right times in the right places. And again, in my X Factor program, I go through a ton of these little flirting tactics. So if you're interested in picking up a copy, you can do that at breakupbrad.com/buy. That's breakupbrad.com/buy. And on that page, you'll be prompted to select which version of the X Factor you want to order, men, women. And after that, the checkout process is pretty self-explanatory, and you're going to get access to my full program and all of my tips that you can begin using today, immediately after you sign up. And keep in mind, guys, if you do decide to pick up a copy of my X Factor program, you're going to be given my ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee to back your purchase. So basically, if you don't like the program for whatever reason, within 60 days of signing up, you can just email my customer support team and we will refund every single penny you've paid within a day or two, no questions asked. So really, guys, you've got absolutely nothing to lose. breakupbrad.com/buy to grab your copy. All right, and tip number 5, one of my favorites, and that is to use a bit of sneaky psychology. Now, my final tip for you in this video, guys, is to make your ex feel that powerful emotion for you again by using some subtle reverse psychology. Now, by using this tactic, you're going to begin to turn the tides and make your ex start chasing you instead of the other way around. So listen closely here. Throughout your meetup with your ex, when you meet them for coffee or for a drink after work, you're going to want to drop some very subtle hints about where you're at in your life. So, talk about how you felt like the breakup was a positive thing for you, how it's forced you, to try and pursue new hobbies and take on new passions, that kind of thing. And by hinting at this kind of stuff, you're going to make your ex begin to question themselves. And you're going to make them wonder if they really didn't make the right decision and maybe they shouldn't have walked away from such a great catch. Now, you're also going to want to use another powerful psychological tool called pre-selection to your advantage. So to use this, subtly drop the hint that ever since you and your ex broke up, there's been a lineup of people of the opposite sex dying to land a date with you. Human beings, basically, guys, are just hardwired to want the guy or the girl that everyone else wants. This is, sort of an evolutionary phenomenon that's ubiquitous throughout the animal kingdom, and you can use this psychological strategy to your advantage, and it can really skyrocket your sex appeal and make your ex feel desire for you again. All right, guys, this is getting long, so I'm going to wrap it up here. I could go on and on about all these little-known psychological tactics that you can use, but if you do want to learn more about some of those tactics, you have to go to my website, and you have to watch my free video presentation. Again, the URL for that video is breakupbrad.com. So head over there right now, and you can learn more about some of those other techniques. And that is it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.